Hey, welcome back, comic fans. It's Mr. Q Comics back with some more show and tell. Today I've got another old haul. I've got a stack of books I picked up just at the tail end of 2022. I've got 5 books I picked up on eBay, and I've got a nice small stack of books that I got from a local collector that was starting to purge a little bit of his collection. So before I dive into the books, guys, if you're a fan of haul videos, do me a favor, go down below, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about these books. All right, we'll jump in with a couple of 2 books I picked up from one seller. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but I've showed off, I believe, 2 books in previous videos, one of which was a Tales from the Crypt, which was in immaculate shape, drawing a blank on the number. But I picked up a couple more EC books from him. I won Shock Suspense Stories number 14. This is just a super cool Wallywood cover. This is from 1954. Awesome machine gun spray cover. This guy's getting all lit up by the Tommy gun here. And this came from the file copy of Johnny Craig. I showed this off in the last video. This one has the same certificate of authenticity from the Roger Hill. Who I guess is an EC historian, a comic historian, really focusing in on EC. These seem legitimate. I've checked them out a little bit, so I thought that was super cool. He's got this one on the back, I just noticed, listed as VG Fine. I think that may be a little generous. Maybe I'm wrong. So, still. Super cool book. I think I won this for roughly 132 bucks. You know, it's always kind of inaccurate because I pulled this together with another book, but still 132 bucks. I thought that was a great Wallywood cover for 130 bucks. Who's not going to take that? And then I got issue 15 as well, which is a strangulation cover. Really decent shape. Again, this one's Jack Kamen. Again, 1954. And same deal. File copy from Johnny Craig. It's funny. They don't list the condition on this one. They did on the other one, but interesting. Still, super cool. So this one was about 245 bucks. So I thought those were great additions to my pre-code horror collection, so super happy to get those. This seller had a ton of good books. You know, I was following them. He just hasn't seemed to be posting anything in the past couple months, so I don't know if he's selling off his personal collection or what, but anyways, too bad. I got a bunch of great books from him. I wish I had discovered them sooner. But all right, I picked up another EC book. I can't remember if this was an auction or if it was a best offer, but regardless, we have got Vault of Horror number 30. This is just one of those awesome EC covers I've wanted for a long time. I love this one. Johnny Craig, 1953. You just got this forearm hanging from the subway rail here. Just awesome stuff. The covers like this are just so cool. This one was about 275 bucks I paid for it, which is probably close to fair market value, I'm guessing. It's probably in the good range. You know, probably 2.5, maybe a 3. I can't remember what the back looks like, but super happy to pick that up. That's just always a classic one from the EC lines. And finally, another Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt is probably got to be my favorite of all of them, just because I think Jack Davis's art is just absolutely amazing. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, I think he does all the covers on the Tales from the Crypt run. But I picked up one of the awesome werewolf covers, not the final issue, which is the one I really want, but I got issue 35. Again, Jack Davis werewolf cover. This is from, again, 1953. This one's a nice, probably solid VG. It's got that pen up on the T there, but still awesome cover. You got, I mean, there's only a tiny bit of chipping. So tough to find, you know, these books where they're not kind of falling apart. So if the art's complete, I am stoked, and I think this one you can actually handle, which is a nice bonus. So this one was about 350 bucks. So super happy to add that one into the collection. And finally, I've got a book. I think I just posted this on Instagram. I forgot to show it off when I picked it up. Do not own any of these in the series. It's from Fiction House. Glad to finally get at least one issue into the collection. It is Ghost Comics. What number is this? This is number 8, I think. Yeah, number 8. This is a Maurice Whitman cover from 1953. Again, Fiction House. This one's probably in the good range. I don't know what made me look this up. I suddenly just, I think I saw someone posting, is issue 6, the really expensive one. Awesome cover. And it just got me like trying to track some of these down, and they're always super expensive. And I just happened to find one of those sellers that had, minimal feedback, not a ton of books up for sale. I was working on one on my comic shop, but it was a lot lower grade. This one does have the name written in the G, but still, this is probably in the good range, and I got it for under $200. So you can find these deals. You got to find the right seller. It doesn't work if I usually do not target big sellers on eBay. I'll look up stuff on my comic shop on eBay, and then just always go to my comic shop to make the offers. It's always higher on eBay. So, you can get good stuff on my comic shop, but typically the Golden Age stuff seems to be higher end sellers, and they are not super flexible on pricing. So I lucked out finding the right seller at the right time on this one. So again, super happy to, of course, add that to the PCH collection. All right, into the small stack of books I picked up from a local collector. So I set up at a small antique mall in my area. I have a small, it's a glass sealed case. I went with one of the smaller booths just as a spot to be able to kind of purge off some of my lower end stuff. I've put big keys in there. They don't seem to move as much. People want to find, great gems in antique shops. So I kind of have a bunch of short boxes with lower price stuff, lower grade Silver Age that's affordable, stuff that maybe will be slower to move on eBay. That's what I'm trying to do anyways. I put some bigger books in there, but kind of slow to move. But I also put cards in there with my contact info, hoping someone would contact me looking to sell a collection. And luckily, after probably about only just 2 months, I did get an email from a guy with photos of a few books he was looking to part with. And we got together just, I think, right before Christmas, a few days, I don't know, a week or two before Christmas, something like that. And we were able to make a deal. So I picked up, let's start with a few of the smaller books. Copy of X-Men 139. Decent shape. It's probably VF range. This is, I think, Kitty Pryde joins X-Men as Sprite. This is also the debut of the of Wolverine's kind of brown and tan costume, which is the one that was always the original costume to me, because when I was reading books in the 80s, when I was first introduced to him, that's the costume he was always wearing. And it's also the first appearance of Heather Hudson. So minor key there. He had a couple of Spidey books in there, a decent copy of ASM 104, just early Bronze Age Spidey in pretty decent shape. This is probably in the mid-grade range, fine range. So anytime you're picking up even a portion of a collection, if it's got ASM, you're doing good. That stuff always moves. This was just kind of one, he brought some extra books with him that I wasn't expecting. This is in super rough shape. Probably good range. ASM 136. This is the first Harry as the Green Goblin. And there were like a handful of other things. He had pulled out like the Nightfall run, just stuff he just didn't. He was just trying to clean, thin out his collection. He kind of focuses on Marvel, Silver Age. He likes the Bronze Age horror type of stuff. So there was really only 4 books we were discussing initially, but these were just kind of add-ins. This one looks like this has gone up. I mean, initially when I was making the deal with him, this was not a big consideration, but it is Strange Adventures number 205. Again, super rough copy. This is in the good range. First appearance in Origin of Deadman from 1967. Drawing a blank who did this cover. But this was not super expensive at the time I bought it from him. But it looks like, I was checking values before I did the video here. It looks like this is one of the books that has popped with all the James Gunn DC announcements. Of course, everything DC is hot now. So there's been a ton of record sales on this. Again, this one's super low grade. I'm not going to bother to get it slabbed or anything like that. But, what I paid for it, what I figured I paid for this, it's definitely a good pickup. Nice bonus with this collection. And then on to the books. We were really just kind of, the 4 books we were really kind of working the deal on were these Batman books. Golden Age, early Silver Age Batman. He had 4 books that I really wanted, starting with Batman number 103. Nice copy. Nothing huge here, but I believe this is actually the first Batman issue in the Silver Age. Sheldon Moldoff from 1956. This is probably in a VG range, I would say. Then a nice Golden Age Detective. We have got Detective number 115. This one from 1946, Win Mortimer on the cover. This one looks really nice. I have it as a good. I've never seen this before. I don't know if you're gonna be able, if you'll be able to see this. If you can see these little holes, there's a bunch of them, and they go straight through the book. There's like, it's tough to see, but I feel like there's a half dozen. So it must have been some sort of bug. I don't know. Tunneled straight through, perfect circles. I've never seen anything like that. Have no idea. Such a weird defect. I mean, maybe it's not that weird for Golden Age because these things were probably stored in like chests or an attic. I can't imagine this was in an attic because it's in pretty decent shape otherwise, but it's got those holes. So I have no idea how to grade that. But still, Golden Age Batman. So can't go wrong with that. The earliest issue, I'm going to have to fix the camera on this one, I think. He's got Detective Comics number 95. We move the camera in a 5.0. This is a CGC old label, not a key or anything. Just, you know, Golden Age Detective. Really nice shape. Oop. It may even be, I think it's definitely got some pressable defects here. Old case, so I thought that was super cool. Don't know what this goes for. CGC label says it's got an ad for big All-American Comics #1. I hate these old CGC cases. They feel so flimsy. I hate the way the label moves around in it. Don't know what this goes for, but I thought, holy cow, you got a book from 1945 in a 5.0. That is definitely a solid grade. So happy to get that. I think he told me he just got this at like a yard sale too. We went to a yard sale in South Carolina and the guy was selling off a few books and just happened to have that one. So pretty cool there. And all right, let's fix the camera a little. And the book that I really wanted, this one is for the PC. Batman number 155, pretty pricey book. This is, of course, the first Silver Age appearance of the Penguin. I love these covers with the kind of campy classic villains. You got the Penguin here. Got this dragon. I don't know what's up with the dragon. I haven't read this one yet. But super cool. This was in really nice shape, too. I think this one is a solid, 5, maybe a little higher. I don't know. I'll probably get this one cleaned and pressed and graded. So super happy to get that. So we had kind of been negotiating back and forth via email, but when I sat down with him, I explained, look, I resell. I can't pay you full retail on this stuff, and we settled on $500 cash, which seemed, which I thought was fair. It left a little skin on the bone for a little meat on the bone for some of these to be flipped. It's tough because I don't know how much of it I actually want to sell. Tough to part with some of these Golden Age books when you get them, but super happy to get this Batman 155. So that is it for the haul, guys. Again, if you're a fan of haul videos, do me a favor, go down below, hit the like button, hit subscribe. See you soon.